How do you learn it? Pick up the phone and call some bankers, make appointments, go and talk with them, tell them what you're doing. You don't have to tell them you hadn't bought anything yet if you hadn't bought. You just let them know you're looking to find a banker that'll work with you, and you set up an appointment. Banks like to sell their money. Now, they're a little tough right now for new clients, but you still need to know how it works and understand what goes on and what's involved in it. And the best way to do it is to get right in amongst it, make you an appointment, and go talk with a banker at a local regional bank, credit union. Find out how they do and what they do on rental property. You know, it's not rocket scientist stuff, but you can't listen to podcasts and videos and me or anybody else. And it's nothing like going and talk to the banker and find out just exactly what to do. Because different banks are different, you know. I hear people on here all the time saying, well, the bank won't loan you but 70%. Well, that's not so. My banks loan me 80 and 85 on rental property. So when somebody says that and you hear that, that's what you think's the rules. Well, it's not so. There's a lot of things you hear here on Instagram and YouTube or whatever that's not saying that people try to tell you wrong. It's just maybe that's what they believe. But you need to know for yourself. You contact the banks. Find out what the bank could do. You know, I hear people say all the time, you know, bank won't loan you more than 10 houses. Financing for 10 houses, that's hogwash. I don't know where they come up with that, but I've always been able to get more than 10 loans. I mean, they're all loans on them tied together. If I want to sell one, there's a certain amount they release it for, and they release it. There's a lot of information on here. People do things once or twice, and they're telling you this is how it is, and it ain't. And I get tired of hearing it, to be honest. You know, you find things out for yourself. You know, and this is just going to be a little old 5-minute video, but there'll be people saying so-and-so, this ain't so, that ain't so, you know, but I don't care. I know what I do, and I know what works. And I know what I've done, and I know when I borrow money, how I borrow it, and how many houses I can put in a loan. Like I told you, I got one loan that one time had 50-something houses in it. There's 46 in it right now. I owe very little on it. Fixing to pay it off. But here's the thing. It started out with that, and it wasn't any kind of special loan. It was from a commercial loan officer in a local regional bank. Local bank, it has several branches, what I'm trying to say. So everything you hear on here is not so. And I know people aren't trying to mislead you, but they're just saying what they hear, read, and then somebody repeats it, and somebody else repeats it. You find out for yourself. But learn financing. Learn financing. Financing is the key to this business. Even if you're flipping houses, you got to have the money. Private money lenders, hard money lenders, permanent financing through banks, credit unions. We've talked about this and talked about it. Finance is going to come up every time. And don't let somebody tell you, if you find a deal, the money will come. Like I said earlier, they'll say that. That ain't so. You get out and find a deal and see how hard it is for you to find the money. And that deal ain't worth a squat if you ain't got the money or can get it. So learn financing. To me, I think that's one of the most important things. To me, the two important things in this business is learning financing and learning your markets. Because if you don't learn your markets, you don't know if you're getting a deal, you don't know what to charge for rent, you don't know what things are selling for. You learn your market. And before somebody wants to DM me and say, well, how did I learn the market? I got a video on that. I break it down just like buying a car. If you can't understand it after you watch that little 5, 6, 7-minute video, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, this is stuff that's on my mind today. Financing. Nobody talks about financing like they should. Private money lenders, you know, owner financing, banks. But, you know, if you're going to do more than 1, 2, 3 deals, you got to deal with the banks. So you better figure out what the banks do and how they do it. The banks that you can deal with. It doesn't matter if you ask me what a bank loan. If my bank loans me 85% or 80, your bank may only loan you 70. So it doesn't matter, do you a bit of good if yours only loan you 70. Doesn't matter what mine's doing. So you go talk to some bankers, and don't just talk to one of them. Go to several. Compare them. You know, I've seen times that they would be competing for the money. I'd had projects before they'd want to finance at different banks. I'd make them shave those points off. Cut that origination in half, whatever, you know. They'll get competitive too. But when you're first starting out, you got to take what you can get. You can't go in there and try to tell them the rules when you're starting out, because you ain't got nothing in your favor, but that you got to want to. It's what my mama used to say, boy, you ain't got nothing but to want to. And sometimes that's all you got to want to, but that's enough. If you use it, you got to want to. Set you up some appointments. Go talk with some bankers and find out from the horse's mouth. And some of them it's going to be the horse's ass, some of these bankers. I shouldn't say that. So go set you up some appointments and get it straight from the horse's mouth what they'll do. Where you live, you're part of the country, whatever. That's what I'm talking about.